tired of waking up again and again because of frequent urination at night. If you're living with diabetes, those sudden wake-ups might not just be bad sleep. They could be signs of diabetic nocturia caused by hidden blood sugar spikes and overworked kidneys. Welcome to Diabetic Health, where real answers meet practical steps. Today, we'll reveal what's happening inside your body that triggers nocturia and how to turn it around from the root. Stick around for the 4 best food sources that calm bladder overactivity, support kidney recovery, and reduce diabetic nighttime urination. And don't go anywhere, because right after that, we'll expose the worst habits that silently make noia worse. Let's begin with 1. 1. Pumpkin seeds. In diabetics, high blood sugar increases the amount of glucose filtered through the kidneys. This glucose pulls extra water with it, a process called osmotic diuresis, which causes frequent urination during the night. Pumpkin seeds are rich in magnesium, which enhances insulin receptor sensitivity on muscle and liver cells. Improved insulin response helps reduce post-meal glucose spikes that would otherwise stress the kidneys. As sugar levels become more stable, less glucose is excreted through urine, leading to fewer urination episodes during sleep. About 1 to 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds, taken once or twice daily, especially 1 serving after dinner, has shown reliable benefits in reducing nocturia over time. In mild to moderate diabetic cases, the nerves that control the bladder often become damaged in diabetics due to prolonged exposure to high glucose levels. This autonomic nerve damage weakens the signal between the brain and bladder, causing sudden urges to urinate even when the bladder is not full. Pumpkin seeds contain zinc and omega-3 fatty acids, which play a role in repairing myelin sheets around damaged nerves and reducing neuroinflammation. This helps the bladder muscles contract properly and reduces involuntary nighttime urina caused by poor nerve control. Regular use over 4 to 6 weeks improves bladder stability in diabetics who wake up 2 or more times to urinate. In diabetic kidneys, the glomerular basement membrane thickens and becomes leaky due to constant glucose exposure, leading to increased creatinine levels and impaired fluid balance. Antioxidants in pumpkin seeds, such as vitamin E and phenolic acids, reduce oxidative stress and inflammation in kidney tissues. These nutrients protect podocytes and endothelial cells and the nephrons, which are responsible for filtering waste and maintaining water balance. With better kidney function, less excess fluid is lost overnight, decreasing the frequency of nighttime urination. Safe daily amounts of 1 to 1.5 ounces help stabilize kidney filtration pressure. When used consistently with good glucose control, pumpkin seeds reduce nocturnal fluid loss and promote normal nighttime kidney retention. In diabetes, the blood vessels that supply the kidneys and bladder become stiff and inflamed due to elevated glucose and lipid levels. This increases systemic vascular resistance and raises blood pressure, forcing the kidneys to filter more blood volume at night. Pumpkin seeds contain phytosterols and alpha-linolenic acid, which help lower LDL cholesterol and improve endothelial function. Enhanced blood flow to the kidneys supports more efficient filtration without excessive pressure, helping the body retain water and preventing fluid loss during the night. The liver and diabetics often fails to regulate glycogen properly due to hepatic insulin resistance. During the night, the liver may release too much or too little glucose, triggering stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline that increase urine production. Pumpkin seeds contain unsaturated fats and antioxidants that improve liver enzyme activity and reduce hepatic fat accumulation. This supports better glycogen storage and glucose release, reducing overnight glucose fluctuations that would otherwise activate diuretic hormonal responses in diabetics. Sleep in diabetics is often shallow and fragmented, caused by inflammation, hormonal imbalance, or poor glucose control. Inadequate sleep weakens the secretion of antidiuretic hormone ADH, which helps the kidneys retain water at night. Pumpkin seeds provide tryptophan, a precursor to serotonin, and melatonin, which supports a stable circadian rhythm and improves deep sleep quality. Better sleep increases ADH levels, helping diabetics retain more fluid overnight and lowering the chance of waking to urinate. Insulin resistance is central to diabetes. It blocks glucose uptake in cells, raises inflammation, and stresses the pancreas. Pumpkin seeds contain unsaturated fats, fiber, and antioxidants that improve insulin sensitivity by reducing lyotoxicity and oxidative stress around insulin receptors. Daily doses of 25 to 30 grams improve insulin signaling and reduce stress on the pancreas. More sensitive cells taking glucose efficiently, lowering blood sugar levels and reducing excess filtration of sugar into urine, which help prevent nighttime urination caused by high glucose burden. Diabetics often struggle with weight gain and poor fat metabolism. Pumpkin seeds are low in carbs, high in healthy fats, and rich in fiber, making them suitable for ketogenic and low-carb diets. These diets help shift metabolism toward fat burning and improve glucose control. The fiber and fat and pumpkin seeds delay gastric emptying, reduce appetite, and support weight loss, all of which contribute to improved insulin action and reduce pressure on kidney function and bladder urgency. Atherosclerosis begins early in diabetics due to glycation and lipid imbalance. It leads to plaque buildup in arteries, reduced oxygen delivery, and increased heart risk. Pumpkin seeds contain phytosterols and anti-inflammatory compounds that block LDL oxidation, reduce foam cell formation, and gradually help reverse early arterial plaques. These actions unclog arteries and improve blood supply to the kidneys, bladder, liver, and reproductive system, helping the body manage fluids better at night and avoid unnecessary urination. With 25 to 30 grams per day, arterial pressure reduces within weeks. This supports kidney stability, reduces Drew's hypersensitivity, and cuts the chances of sudden nighttime urination. If you like this video up till now, please subscribe to this channel to help us grow. Now let's move on to the number 2. Barley. For a diabetic, the problem isn't just high blood sugar, it's the chain reaction that follows. One of the earliest signs is frequent nighttime urination driven by osmotic diuresis. As glucose accumulates in the blood, the kidneys respond by excreting the excess sugar along with water. This not only disrupts sleep, but accelerates kidney strain, dehydration, and electrolyte imbalances. Barley, when taken consistently, interrupts this cycle at the root. A daily intake of 1/2 to 3/4 cup of cooked barley, around 150 gram, consumed either entirely at dinner or split between lunch and dinner, begins to reduce nighttime urination within 10 to 14 days. Especially in diabetics with mild to moderate neuropathy, the high beta-glucan content, about 5 to 6 grams per serving, forms a viscous gel in the gut, delaying carbohydrate breakdown and flattening post-meal glucose spikes. This single action dramatically lowers the osmotic load filtered by the kidneys overnight, helping them retain water more effectively and cut down urine production during sleep. But barley's effect goes far beyond blood sugar control. Its magnesium and chromium improve insulin sensitivity by enhancing the translocation of glucose transporters in skeletal muscle. This ensures more glucose enters cells and less is left circulating to spill into the urine. In clinical studies, this has shown to lower fasting glucose by up to 25 mg per deciliter after 3 to 4 weeks of regular consumption. That directly reduces nighttime osmotic pressure and urination. In the diabetic kidney, mycelial matrix expansion and potency damage impair glomerular filtration. Barley's ferulic acid, selenium, and lignans counter this by reducing inflammatory cytokines like TNF-alpha and restoring nephron integrity. Over 30 to 60 days, barley contributes to reduction in proteinuria, stabilizes creatinine levels, and improves urine concentration, all key to minimizing nighttime fluid loss. Barley is also effective in reversing early endothelial dysfunction, a major problem in diabetes. With chronically high glucose, arterial walls stiffen, nitric oxide synthesis declines, and blood pressure rises, especially at night, leading to glomerular overfiltration. Barley's potassium, totrienols, and polyphenols restore nitric oxide signaling and lower systolic blood pressure that reduces glomerular pressure. Helping the kidneys filter more precisely and efficiently at night. On the stress and hormonal side, barley calms cortisol and boosts GABA and serotonin levels via its tryptophan and magnesium. This not only improves sleep, vital for nocturnal fluid control, but also reduces stress-induced glucose release. That's key because elevated cortisol at night worsens blood sugar and urination. Regular barley intake restores hormonal balance, improves sleep cycles, and reduces night sweats, further decreasing nocturnal fluid loss. Barley plays a small but real role in weight management. Its fiber increases satiety, delays hunger, and promotes healthy gut bacteria, which influence insulin resistance and fat storage. When consumed regularly, barley reduces belly fat, improves leptin response, and supports long-term metabolic control, even without aggressive calorie restriction.
Can a tiny seed actually stop nighttime bathroom trips in diabetics? Chia seeds gel in the gut, stabilizing glucose and fluid levels, cutting down those 3 a.m. wake-ups. Let's move on to number 3 to give you the science-backed answer on this number 3. 3. Chia seeds. In diabetes, nighttime urination is not just a symptom. It's a signal that metabolic systems are misfiring. Persistent hypoglycemia increases urine production by drawing water into the renal tubules. But the right nutrients can interrupt this cascade. Chia seeds, though tiny, act as a metabolic stabilizer that helps reverse this fluid loss by improving how the body handles sugar, salt, and cellular stress. Especially overnight when repair processes matter most. When 2 tablespoons around 28 grams of soaked chia seeds are taken once daily with the evening meal, noticeable reduction in nocturnal urination occurs in 10 to 15 days, particularly in type 2 diabetics with fluctuating sugar patterns and borderline kidney function. Soaking the seeds for at least 30 minutes in water forms a mucilaginous gel that transforms how the gut absorbs carbs. This gel slows glucose uptake, smooths post-meal insulin demand, and reduces the nighttime burden on the kidneys, directly lowering fluid excretion through osmotic pressure relief. But the action doesn't end at the gut. Chia is rich in ALA and omega-3 that improves endothelial responsiveness. It softens the arterial wall and enhances microcirculation. For diabetics, this means a drop in glomerular pressure, a major driver of excessive nighttime urine filtering. In just 3 to 4 weeks, chia consumption has been shown to lower systolic blood pressure by up to 6 mmHg of mercury, reducing pressure-driven urination while safeguarding delicate nephron capillaries. A common issue in diabetic kidneys is tubular glucose overload, which leads to protein loss and inflammation. Chia contains chlorogenic acid and quercetin, which help inhibit inflammatory pathways like NF-κB, and reduce oxidative stress inside renal tubules. These polyphenols promote better reabsorption of sodium and water, a key factor in cutting down night urination without promoting fluid retention. The magnesium in chia supports electrolyte equilibrium and minimizes the risk of dehydration that diabetics often face due to polyuria. This electrolyte support also stabilizes nerve signaling, reducing bladder spasms and overactivity during sleep. Over time, better bladder control combined with lower urine volume allows for longer uninterrupted sleep cycles. On the insulin side, chia works quietly but effectively. Its rich fiber and ALA content reduce hepatic gluconeogenesis by modulating AMPK signaling, which prevents unnecessary glucose output by the liver at night. This cuts the risk of nocturnal sugar spikes that otherwise increase urination. In fact, chia has been shown to lower fasting blood sugar by 10 to 15 milligrams per deciliter in 3 to 4 weeks, especially when taken consistently before dinner. It's also one of the few plant-based sources that directly supports nerve regeneration thanks to its omega-3s and manganeses. This aids in repairing damaged bladder nerves which often misfire in diabetic autonomic neuropathy, causing nocturnal urgency over 6 to 8 weeks. This nerve support helps reduce unexpected bladder contractions and restore nighttime urinary control. At the cellular level, chia fights glycation, a key driver of diabetic aging. Its antioxidants reduce age's advanced glycation end products and improve mitochondrial resilience, slowing tissue aging and reducing stress-induced cortisol surges that often disrupt sleep and elevate glucose. Over time, this enhances both metabolic and hormonal calm at night, leading to fewer trips to the bathroom. Could a handful of berries calm your kidneys and help you sleep undisturbed? Blueberries lower nighttime sugar surges and protect kidney cells, reducing the urge to urinate after midnight. Let's move on to number 4 to present the verified scientific findings on this number 4. 4. Blueberries. Diabetics often face nighttime urination not from bladder issues alone, but from silent metabolic disruptions that escalate as the day ends. Elevated blood glucose during late evening hours signals the kidneys to flush out excess sugar, triggering frequent nighttime urination. But blueberries, when consumed consistently and at the right time, can reprogram this process at multiple biological levels. A 3/4 cup, about 100 g serving of fresh blueberries, taken 1 to 2 hours after the evening meal begins restoring balance within 12 to 14 days. For diabetics, this simple habit helps flatten post-dinner glucose curves, reducing the need for the kidneys to offload excess glucose during the night. The result is less overnight urine volume, longer sleep intervals, and lighter kidney workload. What sets blueberries apart is their high concentration of anthocyanins, particularly malvidin and alphinidin. These polyphenols suppress hepatic glucose overproduction, a common reason behind elevated nighttime blood sugar in diabetics by dampening the enzyme glucose 6-phosphates. Blueberries help retain glucose within liver cells, ensuring steady glycogen utilization overnight. This action slows glucose dumping into circulation, reducing the osmotic pull of water into urine. In the kidneys, subtle sugar imbalances often increase sodium loss, which disturbs fluid retention. Blueberries improve sodium-glucose transport efficiency in renal tubules without increasing blood pressure. This allows the kidneys to retain more fluid while still excreting excess sugar, a balance that gradually lowers the need for bladder emptying after midnight. While many fruits can cause sugar spikes, blueberries manage the opposite. They reduce intestinal glucose uptake by inhibiting alpha-glucosidase and SGLT1 transporters, slowing digestion of complex carbs from previous meals. This means even if dinner was carb-free, blueberries buffer the spike, preventing nighttime glucose surges that disrupt sleep and force urination. Blueberries are also strong allies of insulin receptor repair. Their terastyle content helps restore membrane fluidity. So insulin docks more efficiently at its receptors with better cellular responsiveness. Glucose is cleared faster from the bloodstream. In insulin-resistant diabetes, this translates to lower blood sugar fluctuations at night, less diuretic effect, and deeper sleep windows. Unlike most fruits, blueberries support microvascular stabilization. In diabetics, fragile capillaries often leak plasma, disrupting fluid homeostasis and nerve function. Blueberries strengthen the tight junctions and capillary walls, reducing leakage in renal glomeruli, retinal vessels, and genital circulation. This is especially beneficial for people facing early diabetic eye issues, poor bladder control, or declining sexual stamina due to weak pelvic blood flow. In the adrenal glands, blueberries reduce cortisol overactivity. Chronically elevated cortisol in diabetics disrupts melatonin rhythms, spikes glucose production, and activates the kidneys during rest periods. Blueberries help modulate HPA axis signaling, lowering cortisol output at night, and enabling deeper uninterrupted rest with less urge to urinate. The impact goes beyond glucose control. Blueberries lower urinary albumin excretion, a marker of early kidney dysfunction. They also reduce plasma creatinine in urine levels, supporting filtration without stressing nephrons. These benefits are amplified when blueberries are consumed consistently for 8 to 10 weeks, improving kidney filtration rate and vascular tone. Both crucial in nocturnal fluid regulation. For diabetics prone to arterial stiffness, blueberries protect by activating enos, increasing nitric oxide output that softens arteries and reduces afterload. This leads to gentler blood pressure patterns at night, preventing pressure-driven fluid elimination through the kidneys. Blueberries enhance cellular detox and mitochondrial resilience, reducing free radical pressure on insulin-secreting beta cells. Over time, this improves glucose buffering at the cellular level, lowers A1C by up to 0.3 to 0.4% in mild diabetics, and promotes long-term metabolic calm that prevents nighttime urinary urges. Before we blame the kidneys or sugar spikes, let's talk about what really pushes your body into nighttime overdrive. High sodium and high glycemic dinners are among the most overlooked yet potent triggers of nocturia in diabetics. Meals rich in refined carbs like white rice, white bread, and sugary sauces can cause rapid spikes in post-meal blood sugar. This surge increases osmotic pressure in the kidneys, forcing them to filter more glucose, and with it excess water, leading to dehydration and repeated urination through the night. Pairing these high glycemic foods with salty items such as processed meats, pickles, or fast foods further worsens fluid imbalance. Sodium causes the body to retain water initially, but in diabetics, poor sodium-potassium balance and impaired kidney sodium handling ultimately lead to a rebound effect where excess fluid is rapidly excreted once blood pressure rises. The timing of this excretion frequently occurs at night due to the body's natural circadian drop in aldosterone.